Tacos. It's a fast food boom. But what's really inside that crunchy shell?
You have chicken?
Yeah. So
In a beef taco?
Yes.
And Hoda Kotb talks life, family, and her future.
Everything good in my life happened after 49. Everything.
Plus, the pioneer woman, Ree Drummond, joins the dish crew.
I love a cinnamon roll as big as my head.
But will it really be Oz approved? Find out coming up next.
Are you ready for season 11? There's no doubt about it. We're in the midst of a major fast food taco boom. Right? New taco franchises expanding nationwide. They're growing their market share by millions, even delivering them to your doorstep. And you know what? The burger joints are getting in on the act too. They're adding tacos to their menus. But what's really inside a fast food taco, right? And does it really matter? Well, you've heard the rumors, I know you have, that there isn't even real meat in here. Is that possible? Right? But what you're about to find out may shock you, and it's not quite the way you think, I bet. That's right, there is good news about fast food tacos, and I know two people who are happy to find out about that. Large and Willie Colon of Barstool Sports Radio are here. They are big fans of tacos, and they're here with some members of my bike club. How you doing, guys?
What's going on, Doc?
Big kiss to you. All right, so let me go to the big guys here for a second. So your thoughts on tacos? I hear you love them.
I'm a huge fan. I'm just huge, but I think they're approachable, they're affordable, and each one's different, like a culinary snowflake. So
Oh my goodness. It's a poet. Large is a poet. Willie, what do you like about them?
I love them. You got the beef, you got the cheese, you got the hard shell. You can slip it in your back pocket. Nobody ever know you ate it.
Oh my goodness, the rapper. How many do you guys eat normally? When you sit down for a regular meal?
I usually go in with the idea that I'm going to do maybe 8 or 10, but I usually wind up doing the dirty dozen, and then I don't feel good about myself in the morning.
Yeah, I'm an easy 20, Doc. I get after it. Yeah.
20?
Yeah, I can chase them down.
We're wily veterans.
Yeah.
All right, the people more like me, what do you guys think about tacos?
I think they're wonderful. They're nostalgic. I always think of game night. They're a go-to snack, even after a night out.
Oh my goodness. So you're watching a football game. If Willie's out there playing in the day, you would eat some tacos.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I like tacos because of the fact that they're quick, they're easy, and you can get them anywhere. And also, not to say I'm an expert at anything, but I probably can out-eat you.
Oh, I like that. We may come back to that issue. All right, I'll be back. We'll chow down when we do that. I'm going to ask food journalist Ali Rosen to join us because she has been investigating the rise of fast food tacos. What is really in the meat of the taco, the middle part here? What's going on there? Everyone seems to be worried about it.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, every taco is not made exactly the same. Different brands have different ingredients. But if you look in here, you'll see a lot of the ingredients that you expect to find. Obviously, beef, right? We hope there's some beef in our tacos. Then we have a lot of spices like onion powder, tomato powder, chili powder. That's all great. Those are things we should see. But the issue comes when there's a lot of additives.
Oh, my goodness.
So we have chicken, we have sugar, we have a lot of fillers. There's a lot in here.
Wait, you have chicken?
Yeah. So
in a beef taco?
Yes. So we actually called up one of the brands to make sure this was actually true. If you're going to have a taco that's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, you've got to fill it up with things like soy and corn and, yes, even chicken.
So we reached out to a fast food group and didn't hear back in time for the taping. Listen, filler may make sense since these tacos are so cheap. Willie and some of the bike club members mentioned, right, that they like getting them because they're inexpensive. There's a reason for that.
Yes.
Right, but let's go back and go through this money issue. How much do these fast food tacos really cost? Are they a better deal for the consumer?
Right. So if you think about it, you can get a fast food taco for $1.39, whereas a popular burger is going to run you maybe $4 to $6. But the thing about that is that there are quite a lot more tacos necessary. I mean, as we heard over there, you might be eating 20 tacos.
Has anyone here ever had 20 tacos besides Willie? Are you kidding me? There are people in the audience that have done this? Oh, my goodness. All right, maybe you do. All right, so you have a lot more. All right.
Right, and then, so we found that there's even one place that will sell you 6 tacos, a bunch of fries, $12, over 2,500 calories. So it's really, you know, you think you're just having, oh, I'm gonna have one more, but it really starts to add up.
You know, I get it, because if for 12 bucks you can get all the calories you need for a day, that is a pretty good price.
Absolutely.
But is that the best thing for you? Thank you very much, Allie. All right, so some have named, listen carefully, taco joints the healthiest fast food option there is. Seriously, that's what they've called it. And I actually think it's possible, because over the last 10 years, one of the biggest chains has eliminated artificial flavors, added low-calorie menus. Others have done that. Reduced sodium across the menu by 15%. And while these places offer some over-the-top menu options that I don't like, the good news is it's the easiest place to customize a fast food healthy meal. So Willie and Large, I'm gonna walk you through this. We'll do a little challenge. If you're gonna put 20 down or a dozen, then we might as well do it right. So the first lesson when making tacos is you gotta get the lean protein the right way. Okay. And I actually think chicken shouldn't be snuck into tacos. It should be the main way we make tacos, right? Especially if it was raised without antibiotics. What do you think about chicken tacos?
Usually my second choice. I'm a beef guy. Yeah.
Large?
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I don't think I've had a chicken taco.
Well, we just learned that putting chicken in your beef tacos.
Okay.
So you actually didn't know it.
Yeah, I've been in.
Or at least mix it yourself. So go ahead and make that a little bit. All right, so a little bit of beef.
We can make it the way we want to, right?
Just the way you want to do it. I'm going to audit what you're up. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, you asked us to be here, so we're going to do it.
Okay, so he's starting off. No, cheese. Since you're doing cheese, shredded cheese, not the fake stuff.
This
real
is the fake
cheese.
stuff right here.
Yeah, I have processed cheese. Why would you bother? Yeah. Have real cheese. And when it comes to the salsas and all here, the pico de gallo, this one over here, that's the one I recommend. You don't have to take my advice, but I recommend. Oh, you didn't take my advice.
I didn't take your advice.
No.
The little salsa.
But with great pride, he ignored my advice.
Okay.
I said cheese on the outside. Now these are all good. These are everything in this guy. The back beans have fiber. Lettuce obviously good for you. The corn, the guacamole. The guac's fantastic, by the way, on the top. Mm-hmm. But the thing about all these is that basically you're making your taco a carrier for foods that are good for you.
Doc, I want double meat for you.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I feel better already.
Appreciate it.
Willie, actually, do either of you know what a mufa is?
Mufa's the good fat.
Oh my goodness!
Correct?
Large, that's right. Monounsaturated fatty acids. Guac has a lot of it. In case you were curious, he's gonna put some on.
Yeah, I'm a guac guy, Doc.
A dollop of guac.
Yeah.
You got the carrier foods, you got the good stuff, you got the right cheese.
Put this over by you, Willie.
Yeah, Willie, why make a mess here, Willie?
What's all the help for?
What's all the help? Take the bite.
Okay.
Let me see it. Oh my goodness, half the taco disappeared. Can Large do it? Large is a much more aesthetically pleasing taco. Willie's is I'm gonna take the other bite of this as we go to break. All right, so you can catch Willie and Large every day on Barstool Breakfast. Now, when we come back, if you're a fan of these at-home taco kits that come with the seasoning packets, you know, the shells and the sauce, you remember those packets? Yeah. Right? You may wonder how healthy an option that is when we come back.
Jeffrey Epstein's accusers.
I never, ever told anyone the details of what happened that day.
The side you haven't heard until now.
I walked into this room.
It's a dimly lit room with a massage table.
Jeffrey came in.
He walks in with a towel.
Threw his towel off of himself. The panic started to sink in.
There was a whole strategy to it.
Telling me to touch him.
He began to sexually abuse me.
That's coming up tomorrow. We're back talking about tacos, and if you grew up with the kind made from the box kit, you may wonder if they're still okay to feed to your family. Remember those box ones, right? Everything's there, all you need. Hugely popular. Remind everybody what used to come, or if they still get them, what currently comes and why we love them.
Well, I think the thing about the taco kits that were so great in the 80s and 90s is that a lot of Americans weren't familiar with Mexican food, and we didn't have a lot of the spices in the grocery store that we have now, so it really introduced a lot of people to Taco Tuesday and a lot of these things that we sort of take for granted now. So that's what was great about them then.
It was convenient, which is the main reason we got into them, but I never knew what was in these taco seasonings and these sauces.
Right, so the issue with the taco seasoning is that you have a lot of stuff that you should be seeing, you know, the onion powder, the spices, the chili pepper, but then you have a lot of things that you should not be seeing. A lot of these fillers and stabilizers like cornstarch and silicone dioxide and maltodextrin, but also a lot of salt.
How much is a lot of salt?
So there's 300 milligrams per serving in each of these taco seasoning packs. And when you think about the sodium that also exists in the beef that you're gonna add, in the shell, in the salsa, in the cheese, you can get up to 900 milligrams of sodium per taco, just for one taco. Who wants to do that taco math?
So let's do that math in terms of what you're allowed to do. So ideally, you wouldn't have much more than 1,500 milligrams. So that's basically a taco, and I don't know, we'll give you 2 tacos on that, right? By the time you're getting to 2.5 tacos or 3 tacos, you're way over what the American Heart Association recommends.
For the whole day.
Yeah, and you just heard from Willie and Large, nobody eats 2 tacos.
No.
Right? That's just not a reasonable serving size. So we're gonna have to do better. So how do you make the seasoning at home?
Okay, so the seasoning at home is great, and it's very easy to do. This is not something that's gonna take you all day. So first of all, we're gonna start with 1 tablespoon of chili powder, which is gonna give you that kick everybody wants, all right?
Good for you.
Good for you. You've got 1 teaspoon of ground cumin and black pepper. I think of the cumin as like the secret sauce of any spices for a taco. You've got 1/4 teaspoon just to add a lot of flavor, the garlic powder, the onion powder, crushed red pepper flakes, dried oregano. And then we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of paprika at the end.
So straightforward.
And that's it, it's so straightforward.
Guys, I'm gonna post the recipe cheat sheet online. It's so simple to make, share with your friends. But I wanna go one step further. I wanna know if people can really identify these tacos, the ones that comes in the box. So we got a little sneaky. We teamed up with Bodega Negra, one of the hottest taco places in New York, to see if make-at-home taco kits could pass for authentic tacos with the patrons. I wonder how you think you guys would have done. I love a good hidden camera punk. So will you.
We're at one of New York City's hottest Mexican restaurants, Bodega Negra, overseen by one of New York's hottest chefs, Brad Warner.
3/4 cup of water, Annie, stat.
Bodega Negra is famous for fresh, inventive tacos.
Everything from soft shell crab to shrimp to veggie taco with cherry pepita salsita and mezcal.
Here's the setup. We invited 6 people to taste the restaurant's tacos. But what they don't know, we're doing a taco switcheroo. Back in the kitchen, we've substituted store-bought taco kits for Bodega Negras.
These are crispy beef tacos.
First up, Amanda and her friend Nalia.
What do you think?
Very good.
That's what they told the chef. But here's what they told our producer.
Kind of generic.
Next up, John and his son Patrick. They didn't mince words over how they felt about the taco kit tacos.
You like that? You came all the way here for this? If I would have known that, I would have stayed home and had sloppy joes.
Finally, Shelly and Christina.
So first impression?
They're similar to ones that I make at home.
So nothing special. Still, they were hungry and ate them.
Confession time. Those were actually home kit tacos. These are tacos from Bodega Negra.
All right. Cheers. Cheers. Here we go. Now a taco.
What do you think of it? Rate it 1 to 10?
Oh, definitely a 10. Oh my God. This is so good.
Very impish, but lots of fun. Listen, if it's a good nostalgia food for you, go ahead. No one's gonna take it away from you. It's, you know, it can be made healthy enough. We'll be right back. Up next, Hoda Kotb is here. She's revealing the healing words that she lives by.
I'm going to try to prescribe some quotes to brighten your day and shine some hope onto your soul.
Whenever I need to recharge my spirit, I look at this Instagram. And you know what? Millions of you do too. It's a feed full of wisdom, of motivation. It's been described as B12 shots for the soul. The curator of all these viral quotes is here. Today's show, co-anchor Hoda Kotb, is opening up about how posting these words have helped her heal and how they even keep her energized when that 3:45 a.m. alarm goes off every day. Please welcome my good friend, Hoda Kotb. Oh my goodness, I do love you.
I love you too.
You know, I just had to take a seat, but I look at this feed back here, and they're so clever. My favorite one on the whole board, I don't know if you noticed it, I put it last. That's a horrible idea. What time?
I know exactly.
Which is you. Oh. The thing about these quotes are, some of them are attributed to other folks, many of them are anonymous. Yeah. I always think the anonymous are actually yours.
Oh,
is that right? You're pretending. But they just sound like they're from you.
Well, you know what's funny? Every morning when I wake up, and you said my alarm goes off at 3:45, I started this practice of trying to write down like 3 things I'm grateful for. So I would scribble in my journal, and then I would look for like a quote that kind of coincides with that emotion. In fact, people started writing like underneath of it, like me too, or I really needed that today, and all that kind of stuff. And you realize like, I'm not by myself sitting out here at 3:45 in the morning. I feel like I'm joined by other people who are feeling what I'm feeling like in that same moment, and it's kind of cool.
It's joyful,
Yeah.
actually. And joy is not just happiness where things are nice, but joy is, even in sadness, there can be joy because there's closure and there's connection.
Yeah.
And speaking of joy, it's a great name for your child, because this spring, again, right, mother of two, and Haley Joy always doing well, but Hope is a new addition. Look at Haley Joy there.
Yeah.
Taking ownership.
You know what? I have to tell you, like last night I was putting them both to bed, and I was sitting there in that moment, and I thought to myself, like, I can't believe, like, God let me do this. Like, I get to have 2 kids. I mean, at this stage is sort of, like, I still have a moment where I sit sometimes at my kitchen table by myself, or I sit with Joel, and I said, man, look at us. Look at us with our 2 kids, like upstairs sleeping. It sounds so little, but it's the coolest thing in the world.
It's the biggest thing in the world. Do you think motherhood came to you at the right time? Are you even better in your 50s as a mom than you would have been as a young woman trying to get your career going and rushing around?
I think so, because I always struggled with patience, for starters, and I think both girls have made me weirdly like calmer, and I look at them. And I think really what happened to me, Dr. Oz, is Haley shows up, and they put her in my arms, and in that moment, everything was clear. Like, when Hope came to us, I thought to myself, every decision I've made has been easy. Since the minute they arrived, I can say no to things. I know what's important. If it's good for them, I'm doing it. If it's not good for them, I'm not doing it. That's it. Like, the world like snapped into focus. And it's wild to have that at this stage in your life. You're like, I'm clear. Like, I'm in charge, finally. I know what I'm doing, which is weird. So, it takes so long.
I'm curious how this dynamic impacted on your relationship with your long-term boyfriend, Joel.
Oh, yeah, we never see each other. Joel's, we have to, like, plan our date nights and do our thing. But I have to say, we're busy, but we're full of love. Like, sometimes he'll come home and we turn a song on the radio, and all of a sudden it's a 2-minute dance around the living room, and you're like, that was 2 minutes.
The joy of youth.
And it was awesome.
Right?
Yes.
At any age.
Yes.
So these books that you write are fantastic, but I love quotes in general.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that you sort of started this process on a very clear day. I was thinking it's New Year's Eve, if I get it right, 2013. And you decided, I'm gonna start writing quotes down. And that particular quote said, there are far, far better things ahead than anything we leave behind. What was happening on that day? You were about 49.
Yeah.
Why that quote? What got you going?
I think I just felt like my world was gonna get better. I just felt that it was. I've always been like a believer in what's next. When Kathy Lee left our show, I used to say, I said, this is a perfect quote for you. And she would say, like, what are you talking about? And she literally called me, like, weeks later, she said, I'm having the time of my life in Nashville. Like, there are so many awesome things ahead. And I didn't realize when I was writing that quote that literally every good thing in my life was gonna happen after, but it certainly did. And I feel like we have so much that's ahead of us.
I actually was, in preparation for a birthday party, I looked it up, and we are much happier in our 50s and our 60s compared to when we were in our 20s and 30s.
Yes.
And people don't realize the beauty of it if you're allowing yourself to continue to grow through the process.
Yes.
Now, you also argued the quotes allowed you to heal. And especially coming to a diagnosis of cancer, breast cancer as a young woman in her 40s, you survived. But you also had to learn how to overcome fear and grief. How do you do that?
I feel like when you go through, anyone who's been through a horrible, whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's cancer or divorce or you've lost someone you've loved, if you've ever been like so down on your knees, I think there's like a feeling that when you survive that, if you're standing, just even if you're teetering, but you're standing, I feel like you get 4 words. I feel like you get, you can't scare me. It's like, I made it, man. Like, I got here. So I feel like there's something empowering about being on the other side.
So, you got so much advice to share. I thought we'd start doing just that, sharing your insights with people who desperately could benefit from it. So take a look at what one viewer says has happened to her life because of your quotes.
Hi Hoda, my name is Michelle and I'm so excited to be doing this. In December of 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. 37 years old, a mom of 2 young boys, and I needed someone to look up to who was strong and positive. One of your quotes that really resonated with me was where you say, choose hope, because that's exactly what I needed to do. That's what I did. I'm still doing it. I choose hope because that's the only way you can believe that everything will turn out for the best. So once again, thank you so much for being such a brave and strong and inspirational person.
Like
Michelle,
that.
what a sweetie. How sweet.
Would you like to meet Michelle?
I'd love to meet
Let's
Michelle.
go talk to Michelle. She's actually here. Come on over here. Michelle's hiding by the stairs over there.
Hi.
Come on over, Michelle. Say hi.
Oh, what a thrill. Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Oh. How are you doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
you are?
Yeah.
So, Michelle,
Where's everybody?
I'm sorry. I want to get out of the way so you guys can have your moment. Did you argue that quote actually helped
Wow.
you heal?
Wow.
It helped you with your boys?
It did.
Just share 2 seconds of that. It kept you
Yeah.
moving forward.
Right, because you know, if you truly believe it, then it comes true.
Uh-huh. First of all, I'm just so blown away by you. I mean, I think you're amazing. The fact that you are standing here, first of all, in front of all these people, the fact of all the things you've been through, like, that is so touching to me.
Michelle, thank you very much. Up next, Hoda's got a quote prescription just for you. She's going to share quotes that can help you with your anxiety, your stress, even the most trying times. So stick around.
Salted, unsalted, grass-fed, cultured, clarified. What butter is better? We investigate. Plus, Kathy Lee Gifford opens up about her latest life-changing chapter, All New Oz.
That's coming up Friday.
When you look at a field of dandelions, you can either see 100 weeds or 100 wishes. Look, she sees wishes. Smart lady.
Like me. You can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone.
Oh, sweetie. Accept what people offer, drink their milkshakes, take their love.
Aww.
Perhaps they are not stars in the sky, but rather openings where our loved ones shine down to let us know they are happy. Sometimes a moment of quiet is all you need.
That's from the Instagram of today's show. Co-anchor Hoda Kotb, whose curated quotes have gone viral online. Now she's going to prescribe, Dr. Kotb is going to prescribe special quotes for whatever you might be going through. You ready for you got your prescription pad,
I got my
see.
pad. I'm ready, yeah.
You have sloppy handwriting?
I have terrible handwriting.
Perfect.
Horrible.
They
Okay.
teach you that in med school,
Yeah,
first
okay.
year. All right, let's bring in Angela. Come on in, Angela.
Oh, hi, Angela.
What are you going through that Hoda might be able to help you with?
Well, I'm divorced, 48 years old. I have 3 kids, and about 3 months ago, I lost my job after 21 years. So every time you go home, the kids say, oh, the light's going to be on, Mom. So it's just a lot of stress dealing with that situation since I'm the main provider. So.
First of all, can I hug you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
Okay, that's the most important thing. Secondly, you're a fighter. This is a quote, and I'm going to talk to you for a second right after it. It says, the greatest weapon against stress is the ability to choose one thought over another. And, you know, it's funny because I interviewed Tyler Perry, and I'll never forget what he said. He talked about how he was going through a really difficult period in his life. And he said he literally started visualizing things. I said, what are you talking about? He said, Hoda, when I had nothing, he said, I went to the richest neighborhood in New Orleans, and I looked at open houses. He said, and I walked through those homes. And I said, why? He said, because I wanted to see where I was going to live. You are full of optimism. Right. You know that a job is coming your way. We're going to open ourselves up and let that come to you. You're going to receive that, okay? First of all, I wish you the best of luck. You're an awesome mom.
Thank you.
And a good human being.
Thank you.
Ezra, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give those kids a big hug.
Thank you.
All right, next time we got Paige.
Hi, Paige. Hi, Paige.
See you.
Paige.
Hi.
I watch you every morning.
Oh, thank you.
So what's going on in your life?
Well, I'm a divorced mom of 2 kids. I'm going to cry because I love the way you talk about your children. And my son is off to college next year, and my daughter right behind him. So the thought of them not being with me 24/7.
Yeah, it's big in your heart. I know. It's so funny because Maria Shriver, who's my pal, was going through this exact same thing. And I'm going to read you this quote and tell you what she says. This says, worrying doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. One thing I did learn is sometimes sitting in a moment, even right now with your kids, like I went to pick Haley up from school and she jumped up in my arms and I was hugging her, right? And usually I'm like, let's get our coat, let's get our thing. And I just decided I was going to hold her. It was 1 minute. And it was an awesome minute. And you have your kids now. Like each minute does count. But Maria reminded me, she said so much of her bonding has happened since then.
That's so nice.
And I can already, look how hard you love your kids. I mean, you know, oh, I bet you they love you that hard back too.
Oh, thank you.
I love you.
Oh, I love you. I see watch you every day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Grandparenting's pretty cool too, by the way.
Yeah, that's the next
Believe
thing.
me, it doesn't take long to grow on you. I got one last little surprise for you, if you don't
Oh,
mind, right?
okay.
You may recognize this person. Take a look.
Dr. Oz, will you do me a big favor, please? Will you please ask Hoda what she would say to a friend of hers who's been gone for a while and really, really, really misses her Egyptian goddess?
Oh. I miss her too. Oh, man.
So, really, I'll take this one over. I got a little quote. This may work, but I think it's so true. Right? One of the best feelings in the world is knowing your presence and your absence means something to somebody.
That's beautiful. Oh.
And when you're not here, I miss you.
I miss
and when you're here, it's even better.
I love you. Thanks, Doctor.
Love you too. Hoda Kotb, superstar. Pick up a copy of her book. I really needed this, and it's absolutely superb as she is. We'll be right back.
Thanks, you guys.
Coming up on the Dish on Oz, we're throwing a brunch, and our guest, pioneer woman Ree Drummond.
From low carb to high flavor, we're cooking it up.
If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's food. So we're calling everyone to the table to dish on everything, from the latest food hacks and trends to everyday recipes you can make for dinner tonight.
It's simple, it's celebratory, and most of all, it's about having a great time in the kitchen.
Oh.
What is going wrong?
I'm trying to help.
Let's dish.
We are back with a Dish on Oz, and today, can you feel the brunch vibes? They're all over you. We're exploring your favorite morning meal with a special guest foodie, the Pioneer Woman.
Ree Drummond renamed herself the Pioneer Woman after falling in love with a cowboy, ditching city life and moving out to a working cattle ranch in Oklahoma. In 2006, Ree started writing about ranch life and providing recipes on her blog, thepioneerwoman.com. Within just a few years, Ree's blog had over 23 million page views per month, leading to her hit daytime TV series on Food Network,
I'll just get the lid back on, and I'm gonna let it cook for another 3 minutes or so.
which focuses on family, life on the farm, and, of course, Ree's now legendary spin on classic comfort food. Today, she's sharing her best brunch recipes with the Dish on Oz, so you can channel the Pioneer Woman every day.
Please welcome Ree Drummond. Say, I was so impressed by going through your backstory, and that's why you threw in that lasso. So I went out west and I practiced.
Oh, dear.
Show the picture, please. Your honest critique of this. What do you think about that?
Hey, I think your form looks pretty decent.
Not bad.
Yeah.
That's
a few more decades of practice. You should master this.
I tell you, any parent ought to know how to lasso.
That's true. It really does.
So is brunch a big tradition for your family?
I love brunch. I have a lot of memories of family traditions that involve brunch.
Well, I'm happy you're on this show because, Daphne, we got a lot of stuff to dish today about brunch.
We do. You came to the right place if you're a big fan of brunch. So from high indulgence to low carbs, we have got brunch goals going on today on this show. The Pioneer Woman's, I can't believe you brought this for us, biggest, ooeyest, gooeyest cinnamon roll you have ever had. This thing barely fits in a cast iron skillet, and we know Ree knows her way around a good cast iron skillet. Plus, the perfect way to pack protein into a pancake if you're looking for a little bit of a lighter option. And yum. We are kicking it off with Ree's irresistible low-carb eggs Benedict.
All right, well, I was going through your new book, which is fantastic, by the way. It's called The New Frontier. And in here, you got a couple things. There are a lot of recipes that are low carb. So it seems you've hacked the system to get the best of both worlds.
Well, I call them lower carb because we live on a ranch, so we love our proteins and our meats, and you know, I love vegetables. What you got in there?
Well, I was going to applaud you. This is the Ree's new book has a picture of me last sewing. When did you put that in? That's really cool. I want to thank you. I can autograph this for you if you want.
I mean, it's like you wrote the cookbook yourself, Dr. Oz.
That is the new frontier.
That is a great picture. That is a great picture.
All right.
Don't let Lad see that. He'll make you come help him.
Oh, please.
On the ranch.
I'm ripping it out right now. Let's drink over this.
Oh, yes. All right. We need to have a brunch bartender moment. And speaking of low carb, I have a low carb cocktail. It's called a low carb Paloma, and it's got a lot of citrus in there. So we have grapefruit juice, lime juice, and tequila. All right. And you just top it off with a little club soda. Cheers. Oh, you got your top.
I am fully
you are top, honey.
It's so pretty, too. I love it.
It's beautiful, and it's got just a little kick.
Oh,
love that.
Oh, that's good.
Delicious.
Woo.
I love citrus in my drinks. That for me is like the perfect hit right there.
I love tequila in my drinks.
There you go.
Well, that goes without saying.
I got a girl.
Yes.
Okay, so Ree, I know you brought us your irresistible Eggs Benedict, and the traditional Eggs Benedict are definitely on the high end of indulgence on most brunch menus. So how did you make this one keto-friendly, low-carb friendly?
You know, it's as simple as just removing the English muffin. I mean, the English muffin is what is carb heavy about Eggs Benedict, and I love Eggs Benedict. To me, it's just one of those slurpable, you know, you eat it and then you just want to slurp the Hollandaise sauce.
But you also
do that too, right?
Through the Hollandaise sauce.
Well, that's right. It's nice to have the English muffin because it soaks up the egg yolk, but I like to do a little bit of an alternate version with a bed of wilted spinach. Nice. And you can saute it in a little garlic, a little bit of butter. You could do kale, different greens, but I think it's so pretty.
Who's in love?
And the Hollandaise sauce itself, I'm going to give it a little stir, is a Cajun Hollandaise sauce. To me, this is what life is all about right here. Look at this.
And the spinach soaks it up.
The spinach, exactly. You still have that beautiful spinach on the bottom that has the Hollandaise sauce all over. And I use regular bacon. You can use turkey bacon instead of Canadian bacon, and lots of different options. You can even do roasted portobello mushrooms as the bed. Look at that egg.
That's,
oh, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, honey.
Yes, do that right. Talk to that egg. Okay.
That's so right.
Okay, let me get in right here with that Cajun Hollandaise. Oh.
How is it? Oh, baby.
Wow. Oh, you got a kick in there, honey.
It's good. It's good.
I love that.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, that's delicious. That is so yummy.
And the thing is, you cook that egg perfectly, because I feel like a lot of people stress about how long to cook their egg and is it too runny. How do we do this? So we've got a handy dandy chart for you guys. So check this out. All right, so 5 minutes is kind of hard, right? 3 minutes is what most people like, and 2 minutes is what I call the Usain Bolt of eggs. It's like running hard.
That's what I like. All right, Daph, you gotta know, hacking Hollandaise sauce is not as hard as hacking a pancake.
Well,
which is what I'm curious about here, because this is what I would eat all the time.
Me too.
This makes sense to me. That I don't understand. So how do you make a protein-packed, low-carb pancake?
Yes, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Well, I did that with pancakes because my kids want pancakes for breakfast pretty much every day of the week. And I wanted to find a way to make it a little bit more fiber heavy, pack it with a little bit more protein. And the secret ingredient for that is protein powder. You'd think that you're saving this for your smoothie drawer, but it goes great in pancakes. Here's what I did with these guys. I actually, a lot of the times at home, and I'll do this with a waffle or a pancake mix, I'll grind flax seeds and chia seeds right into the batter. I add that scoop of protein powder and yogurt in. I don't even have to use flour if I add ground oats in instead. So it's a great way to make a really indulgent, beautiful dish like this still feel kind of healthy. And then we're topping it with yogurt and blueberries in place of the maple syrup.
I love that.
Up next, the carbs are coming back in a big way, you guys. We are making that giant gooey cinnamon bun. Please watch this swirl that will feed your whole family. Follow us at The Dish on Oz.
Sean Oz, and the Pioneer Woman, Ree Drummond, is here having brunch with us. What a celebration.
I'm so excited. This is fun.
And you brought us something so special. Ree has her recipe for a giant cinnamon roll that is big enough to feed your entire family, maybe the neighbors too. So, Ree, I mean, I'm looking at it and I believe you when you say this, but you say this is the best cinnamon bun in the world. Can you tell us who taught you this recipe and how it earned that title?
Well, I have made cinnamon rolls, regular size, with my mom basically since I was a little girl. It was our holiday tradition, and we would make them and deliver them to neighbors and friends. And so this is my mom's cinnamon roll, except it's one recipe, one big roll. So, you know, I've talked about lower carb recipes in my cookbook, but make no mistake about it, my cookbook is a high carb cookbook. With a few lower carb recipes thrown in. So I've got the recipe for the dough. It's very simple, and I rolled it out into a big rectangle. And Dr. Oz, if you would help me apply the butter. Scalpel.
Come on,
He's so precise.
Oh
no.
What she wants is this.
That's exactly what I want.
She wants this.
See, he does listen.
I take instruction well.
Keep going. Keep pouring.
And what's in here? This is just butter?
It's just butter, Daphne.
Ma'am.
And I always use salted butter because I love that salty sweet, and it always, let's pour a little more on there.
More than that?
Dr. Oz. Yeah. Oh.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I thought you were kidding.
No, that's good. And then I'll grab some cinnamon sugar. And it's still not enough, but I'm gonna cut.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm gonna cut you some slack.
It won't absorb it.
Channel your inner Bob Ross stuff.
Oh, please.
Yeah, exactly. This is if you don't make a royal mess with your cinnamon rolls, you're not doing it right.
That's right.
So this is just a simple cinnamon sugar mixture, but you can do like put a little nutmeg in there, some allspice if you like the different flavors.
Smells good.
Smell already. I'm getting excited.
Jamaica, we need to cut this into 4 long strips.
Yes,
so I like to go down the middle and then cut each strip in half.
In the middle there, and then.
And I think we need a little more cinnamon sugar.
How about butter? More butter?
More of everything. Here we go.
I want you to invite me back, so I won't ask you to put more butter on there.
Well, I'll do it because he loves me anyway.
Yay! So we can just start rolling. You grab a strip, Jamaica, and I'll meet you in the middle.
There we go.
We'll be ships passing each other in the night.
And I'm just letting you know, I cannot be trusted around a cinnamon roll. So if there's 2 or 7 of
Oh, wait, I thought you went strip to strip.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
a strip to strip.
sorry.
Oh my God. I was intoxicated by the
what
butter.
do you
I'm
do?
sorry.
Oh,
so then,
I made a mistake.
no,
What are you doing?
Yep, there. Now roll that inside of
Well,
it.
I'm sorry,
Oh
there's
my
no wrong
goodness.
way to do this.
No,
This
there's
is
no
just
wrong
so
way to do
amazing.
it.
Now
Now
wait.
we get
Here, I'll
this.
put more butter on it.
Yeah, do that.
It'll make up for that.
Somebody broke into the tequila before we started this segment.
Prematurely
Now,
rolled.
trust me, this works. When I first made this, I thought there is no way in the world this is going to work.
no.
How is that gonna?
You have to work fast. You have to work fast.
I'm
You
not
have to
sure
work
what the
fast.
rating on this show is going to be, but
Oh,
it's something
God. Is
serious.
this legal? I don't know. We can't air this. This is not gonna air.
Mamma mia.
Come on.
Trust me.
Got this.
And
Go, Rico!
we did it! Yes!
It worked.
Now watch. If you let it settle in, you can start to see the roll, and then in about an hour and a half, it will look like this.
Voila.
Ow! It just
That's gorgeous.
writes itself.
And you let it rise up like this, and then
Rise up, put it in the oven,
Rise
and
up.
then.
bring it to the
Oh,
oven.
I was going to lick away. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Pop her
Oz.
in there. Oh,
It
you know
wouldn't
what?
be
I've
bad
got
to
a
lick
friend
your
in here
fingers.
already for us. Hang on.
Okay, I can't.
Okay, wait for this reveal. Oh, it's still warm.
Oh.
Of course it's still warm. It's coming out of the oven.
And then
here we go.
I'm a big
Oh,
believer.
get your workout in.
wait.
This
I
is a
gotta see
40-pound
this.
cinnamon roll. This is amazing.
Let me see this.
Okay.
Look at this.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
I can't.
Woo!
Hallelujah.
Now,
And I know you're not done yet, Ree, are you?
Is that more butter?
I'm not finished.
Oh, gosh.
So this is a mixture of coffee. Oh, I want to do it to the music.
Come on. You got to do it slow.
Oh, baby.
Wait, tell us what's in here.
Oh, there you go, Jamaica.
Oh, my.
There's maple in there.
There's maple. It's just powdered sugar, maple, coffee. Look at it. You want it to drip over the side.
My goodness.
But if
That's gorgeous.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
All right, we want to let this icing sit so it soaks into the cinnamon roll, and we're going to taste it if we can wait after the break.
Jeffrey Epstein's accusers, the side you haven't heard until now.
I walked into this room.
It's a dimly lit room with a massage table.
Jeffrey came in.
He began to sexually abuse me.
That's coming up tomorrow.
We are back with the Dish on Oz, and we're about to indulge in the ultimate brunch food. This is the Pioneer Woman's giant cinnamon roll. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
I'll race you. I'm just gonna have coffee and some water.
this is a fork and napkin situation for sure.
Oh, wow. As that glaze sits into the cake of it, maple coffee, you put the donut into it too.
It's good, and it's a kind of a conversation starter. So if you have family in for the holidays and you need to make something really fun, just have a little platter of bacon, some scrambled eggs, and you have
All right. So, you know, what just so I'm, take me to the ranch. What other giant foods would you make for me at the ranch?
Oh, whatever you want, Daphne, I will make for you. But I think it's... I think giant foods are fun. I think it's always kind of an unexpected surprise. Mini foods are fun, but giant foods are more fun.
Giant foods are made for sharing. That's what I think I like about them the most. This begs to have a party. You have to have people come, your family, your loved ones, people come around, and it makes them smile, makes them happy.
And they not love a cinnamon roll as big as your face. Like, who would love that? Like, I'm in heaven right now.
Well,
I think I think the thing about going whole hog in any direction is that you do feel like you're kind of denying yourself or just saying no constantly. I can't have that, I can't have that. So for me, it's about balance and portion size.
Well, we can find every recipe that we've dished up today. You can find it as well on droz.com/thedish. The Dish on Oz crew will be back next week with the ultimate Thanksgiving meal. We're talking turkey and gobble till we wobble. Daphne, this audience looks pretty hungry watching us munch down on this unbelievable pie.
In theory, we could share this delicious cinnamon bun. But we're going to do you one better. Everyone in the studio audience is going home with your very own copy of Ree's